Persons with disability in Plateau State are calling on government as well as the general public to prioritize their needs and well-being as normal human beings in the society. The chairman of the Joint National Association of Persons with Disability, while briefing journalists in Jos, says the PWDs have been neglected despite advocacy. Nasir Saidu still has this report.
In a press conference on the far too long ordeal staring at persons with disabilities in Plateau State, the chairman of the Joint National Association of Persons with Disabilities highlights the growing concerns of the group.
It is indeed disheartening to note that despite progress made in advocacy and creation of awareness in our society, persons with disabilities in Plateau State continue to face numerous challenges. Let me highlight some of these barriers that have plagued us and their attendant consequences in PWDs on the Plateau. 1. Employment barrier. Although we have 5% apportioned to us by law, yet it remains just a paper policy or a policy on paper without any form of implementation. Empowerment barrier. As a major component that is meant to help de-escalate poverty among persons with disabilities, it has been denied oxygen to survive. And so even PWDs hardly survive. Educational barrier. The Disability Rights Law made provision for home and abroad scholarship for PWDs, yet it remains unrealistic dreams in the state. In fact, in 2021, we had an ugly scenario where students from University of Jos, our members, went demanding for their bursaries, and they were brutalized by security men instead of attending to them. Structural barrier. Infrastructural compliance to make public and private buildings accessible is almost zero. No response to that direction. Social barrier is another issue. Societal discrimination seems to be rising despite the advocacy and awareness campaign that we have carried on. That leads to even attitudinal barrier against persons with disability.
The group also raises concerns with the leadership of Disabilities Commission.
How do you expect people that don't know anything about us to decide for us what will happen for us and will be perfectly done? And that's exactly what we are passing through. The Commission has never been representing us in the way it should, because those that are starting with that responsibility, as he said, either they don't know anything or they are being deliberate.
All employable persons with disabilities should be granted waiver for immediate employment, both within the state and federal parastatals that are within the state also. Empowerment packages should be rolled out to PWDs, persons with disabilities, to better their standard of living. Persons with disabilities and their children should be allowed to enjoy free education at all levels of education. Persons with disabilities and their children should be allowed to enjoy free health services or at highly subsidized rate. Government should make provision for grant and or soft loan to encourage businesses owned by persons with disabilities.
This group are yearning for access to equal opportunities to live a normal life in the society. Nasir Said, Viewer TV News, Jos.